how to be good at what they know or don't even know how to do, you know. So, you know, that's just what it is. You know, every level you reach, you're gonna come against obstacles.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports, along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie Johnson. Moments away, it'll be the Minnesota Timberwolves going up against the Denver Nuggets. Well, for Denver, we've kind of waited and waited for this team to come together and start producing, but it just hasn't happened. And now we've gotten pretty deep into the season, so time's not on their side. Well, Freak was recently selected to be a part of All-Star Weekend. Very big honor for him, and I'm sure there will be a lot expected of him. You guys have both been involved with All-Star Weekend. What's it like? What's going through their heads right now?
Well, the most important thing you have to do is just enjoy the weekend. It's going to be a lot of superstars there.
It's an all-Western Conference matchup in today's game as the Nuggets come into town for this one. You're in for a treat as we bring you NBA basketball on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony and Doris Burke reporting from the sidelines. The Timberwolves again playing host, continuing their homestand in this one. Right now, guys, they want nothing more than to pick up wins, which have not been the easiest thing for them to do so far this season.
This is a special matchup. I mean, we got here tonight two rival franchises, a lot of history between the two, and some bad blood. So let's just see how all this adds up in terms of drama.
And guys, I think if you ask them, as far as they're concerned, this game counts twice in the standings. I mean, it carries that kind of weight. It really holds that kind of significance for both of them.
Now the starting group for the Denver Nuggets. Gallinari sits outside at 3 with Fareed at the 4. Moutier out there with Will Barton. And it's Nurkic in at the center, filling out the middle.
Heads up play there, guys, on the assist and the finish.
On defense, Denver. This game coming after a loss against the Jazz.
And it wasn't just about the bad shooting. It was really more so about the bad offense. They just didn't execute well. The screens weren't there. The spacing was poor, and thusly the defeat.
Well, you've laid out a couple of the details that lead to good offense or bad if you don't execute them. Shooting is just a byproduct of not screening well and not moving the ball or players well. They didn't execute anything on the offensive end.
Nurkic setting the pick for Moutier. Nurkic kicks to Barton. Nurkic up top. Fareed against Lee. That misses off the backboard. Now the Timberwolves with it. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
And really, they just shot their average from the free throw line in that game. I think that probably changes the outcome.
No doubt. I mean, because there is a carryover effect when you're not having success at the line.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg.
Both free throws good from Moutier. Here is Doc. He's coming off a 37-point game against Miami.
But what stood out for me was his gorgeous playmaking out there. I mean, over and over, he was finding his teammates in a great position to score.
And a big part of this weekend for the players is just getting to hang out with their peers in a non-competitive environment. I think, Clark, that I heard Freak was invited to relax with some of the big guns.
Yeah, it was Freak, Curry, Harden, and Davis all hanging out this All-Star weekend. As much as these guys compete on the hardwood, it's kind of nice to get together within the fraternity of the league and just enjoy each other. Doesn't happen a lot, but it's kind of cool to see when it does.
And what a year it's been for Freak. It hasn't gone unnoticed as he'll be part of the All-Star game. What a dream come true for him.
And you certainly can't argue against Freak. He earned his spot on the All-Star squad, Kevin. Making that roster is one of the hardest things to do, and his play this year has been outstanding.
And it's Gallinari missing.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
Well, I think he kind of alligator armed that one, short stroked it. after doing a nice job to get open, he didn't finish the shot.
Fires from 14. They get it back. Nurkic, a tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Nurkic has got his first points of the game. Timberwolves trail by 6. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Move the ball and stick it smart.
Here is Doc. He's an offensive force, averaging nearly 26 points a game. 5 on the clock. And it's good. He planted his feet on the pick and shielded the defender off.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Now, here is Gallinari. 11 points last game.
You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
It's like a running game in football. When you can pound the basketball inside, it also allows you to control the team's transition.
Lee and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. This is his first free throw of the game.
David Lee taking 2 shots.
And he makes the first. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Towns. Martin comes in for Andrew Wiggins. Levine's checked in for Muhammad. And Ricky Rubio is subbed in for... Timberwolves leading by 4. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, the athletic duo of Levine and Wiggins on the perimeter. Towns is out there with David Lee, and it's Doc in at the point. And Minnesota has possession. Wiggins outside. Shot clock at 6. From outside, off the mark.
Boy, they're fortunate. The defense was taking a big chance leaving him that wide open behind the arc.
Here's Barton. Takes it from 10. Rebounded by Doc.
He's not necessarily a strong inside presence, but he needs to polish those chances off.
Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Heat delivered quite a performance. He had 37 points, and he played the usual role of running the team's offense and came away with a bunch of assists. Truly impressive numbers from him in a stellar performance. What a special night.
Great job, Doris. Thank you, guys. It's going to be very interesting to see if he can stay in a role like that tonight.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes those hot streaks can last for days, and I'm sure they'll be feeding him the basketball, hoping he's still got that mojo working.
Well, they ought to. I mean, when you've got a thoroughbred like him, I think you've got to ride him for as long as he'll carry you.
Bean passes to Doc. Misses the layup. The Nuggets trail by 4. Howard down after the assist, let him into the lane.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
And that's what you like to see right there. A solid move to give himself some room and take it inside.
Here's Barton. He's got 6. Cranes the three-pointer. Barton's got 7 points for the quarter.
Very well executed pick to give him all kinds of space to get that one off.
Pick by Lee. There's the pick. The shot's good from Doc. And the Timberwolves lead by 3.
You know, a huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And let's check out the stats for Moutier. Some nice work from him over the last 10 games. He's putting up about 14 points a night, 8 assists, and 5 rebounds. And he's a threat to go off in any game from anywhere.
Some guys just have the gift, and he's one of them. You need points, he's your go-to guy.
And the first one at the line is good. Muhammad, he's checked in for Minnesota. And then for Denver, Nurkic checked in for Koufos. Fareed comes in for Taj Gibson. And it's Gallinari in for Will Barton. Timberwolves have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Screen by Lee.
Move the ball. It's sticking too much.
Here's Muhammad. Bounces high off the rim and drops.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from inside the paint area.
There's got to be a wall of defense when it comes to attacking the paint. Plain and simple.
Pass to Gallinari. Fareed setting the pick for Gallinari. Shot clock at 5. And it's denied. And here we go. Wiggins heading to the hoop. Pass to Doc. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. And it's Denver with the rebound.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys, but as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
Passes it to Moutier. Beyond the arc. And he gets the bucket. Moutier's got it all tied up now for the Nuggets.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
Wiggins drives in, and he slams that one down.
Wow, look at how quick he flashes to the rim there for the finish.
Now here's Moutier. He's got 5. Poked away, out on his own on the break. Here's Doc, the big dunk at the end of the break.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
Out left to the wing. The 3. Can't get it to go. And Denver the other way now. Moutier with the ball. Now guarded by Doc. The layup missed.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Now here's Moutier. Tight defense on him. He kicks it to Nurkic. It's deflected.
And with the time left, they still can go 2 for 1.
Boy, they've got to do it fast. They must hurry from here.
And the shot's good from Doc.
You know, he's putting on an outstanding offensive display, and he may just be getting warmed up here.
Moutier kicks to Gallinari. He dishes it to Moutier. And the foul called on Freak. That's his first foul. Some changes for Minnesota. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Towns. Jones comes in for Lee. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for Andrew Wiggins. And Denver also making a switch. Chandler's checked in. Stolen. And now Minnesota on the fast break. Here's Doc. Some solid defense from Fareed.
Oh, tough D on the inside.
It sure was, Greg. No easy access to the basket when that fella's in the middle.
Out of bounds. Denver takes possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. Terrible turnover.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Minnesota on top, leading by 5. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Well, David, obviously a very strong.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. Freak really making a difference here.
I just love the tenacity on the defensive side. I mean, his play on D has been a huge factor for them as he continues to get steal after steal.
And guys, as the game moves on, I think he should continue to be aggressive defensively to keep ball handlers off balance.
Checking out the group for Quinn Snyder to start the second half. Fareed and Nurkic in the middle. Will Barton is out there with Moutier, and it's Gallinari in at the 3 slot.
Move the ball and stick it.
Screen by Lee. Doc the pass to Lee. Stolen by Fareed. Screen by Fareed. Barton kicks to Fareed. Towns with the steal. And now the Timberwolves on the break. No good from Doc. Second half just getting started. About a minute played. Out of hand on it. On the wing, Wiggins from the baseline. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Wiggins has got 8 points.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Here's Fareed. Good.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing, and what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
The pass to Nurkic. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. They get it again. Tries again. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the official.
Zach LaVine's checked in for Shabazz Muhammad. Both free throws good from Fareed. Minnesota with the ball. They lead by 1. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. Pass to Doc. Screen by Lee. Goes up off the pick. Kicks it out to Wiggins. The 17-footer goes down. Wiggins has got 10 points.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they built this lead for themselves here.
Here's Moutier. And again, Denver no good. Minnesota leading by 3. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half.
Move the ball and stick it.
Here is Doc. Gallinari covering. Doc the pass to Lee. And it's good.
Boy, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip. They've got a battle inside.
This game has been a battle, and maybe they're starting to just run out of gas a little bit.
Here's what Denver's going with right now. Kufis checked in for Nurkic. Gibson comes in for Fareed, and it's Blunt in for Gallinari. And the foul called on Freak. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Here's Barton. He's got 11, just 5 on the clock. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. And the basket good. 8 points here for Taj Gibson.
I've really appreciated their activity in the post today. I mean, their movement down low has been great.
Oh, that's right on the money. They've generated a lot of easy opportunities on the inside.
Gibson with the steal. Now, Moutier. 5 points in the game. Kufis kicks to Barton. With the teardrop. Second chance shot, and he sinks the layup. Barton's got 13.
And he just big boyed it right there. The height advantage he's got down low, really difficult for them to defend.
Here is Doc. 9 points in the game so far. Here's Lee. Here's Towns. And it's good. On through contact, it's the shot in. And so here's Denver. It's a 3-point game. Doc in at point guard. David Lee is out there with Towns. Then there's Muhammad. And it's Wiggins in at the 3. So that's the lineup for Minnesota.
Hold on, what?
Denver leading by 3. Chandler with the ball. Now defended by Wiggins. Here's Moutier. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Moutier's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Nuggets. Here is Doc.
Move the ball. It's sticking too much.
And Fareed sends it back. They recover it. Denver's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Screen by Fareed. Now here's Moutier. He's guarded closely. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2. And now a 7-point Nugget lead. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Here's Doc. But they'll get another chance. 5 to shoot. Knocked away. Lets it go with a 3. Lee kicks to Wiggins. Good.
Key buckets that we know he delivers down the stretch.
Now here's Moutier. Guarded closely. Screen by Fareed. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
Both free throws good for Moutier. Timberwolves trail by 7. To the paint. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Nuggets?
A lot of times when they needed some easy points in this game, they've been able to get to the foul line and get them.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
Baseline J on the way. The Nuggets with another miss. The Timberwolves have gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the fourth. A lot of misses, just the 1 make.
Oh, that's a golden opportunity to finish on the break, and he blows it.
Yeah, at this level, you got to make that shot. It's plain and simple. You got to knock that one down.
A rebound by the Timberwolves. Wiggins has got his 3rd rebound tonight. Here is Doc. Gallinari covering.
Move the ball. It's sticking too much.
Lets it go with a 3. Rebounded by Fareed. Fareed's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
It's just been a frustrating day for him all the way around, and it's rubbed off now, I think, on the rest of the team.
And it's Moutier, top of the key. The 3 ball. Rebound by Lee. Lee's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
1 made 3 for him for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
And that one's good. Wiggins.
He can be dangerous from outside. Sure, he didn't get one to go in the first, but we know he can get on the roll and knock him down.
Here's Moutier. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Chandler with the steal. And the Nuggets pushing it up now. Moutier with the ball. Wiggins with the block. Passes it to Doc. Shoots it up. No good off the back of the rim.
And he's really trying to get them back into it, but the results just have not been there.
Screen by Fareed. Now, here is Gallinari. Muhammad covering. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Moutier. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Moutier's got 9 points in the quarter.
You can't afford to give him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
From deep. Shot is good, and the Nugget lead is cut back down to 3 points with the bucket from Doc.
A good look there, and he didn't waste it. His second 3 of the game.
All right, targets that are coming out of the court now.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us.
Guys, I was able to listen in on what Quinn Snyder was going over with his team. He told them, this is it, fellas. Let's hit them right out of this timeout. Put some pressure on them. Show them how much you want it. Let's go get it. Guys, he's really exhorting them to give them a burst of energy.
Will Barton, he's checked in for Wilson Chandler. To the left side wing. No one near Moutier as he lets it go. And the three ball is good. Moutier's got a pair of threes here in the fourth quarter for the Nuggets. Fires the three. Good on that shot. And with that, the Nugget lead is cut back down to 3 after the basket from Doc.
Absolutely essential that they come right back and answer with that three of their own. And this gets the crowd energized.
Yeah, and the game as close as this one, every possession is critical. They've got to give as good as they get, and so far, that's been the case.
Now, here's Moutier. He's tightly guarded. And the foul called on Freak. That will be foul number 5 on him.
Boy, it's been a tough go in terms of fouls for him. I mean, my goodness, he can't stay out of the way of fouls.
Here's Moutier. Lee knocks it away. Gallinari wide open. Another three for Denver.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
They get it back.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Moutier with the ball. Now guarded by Doc. Feeds to Gallinari. Lets the three fly. Another three for Denver.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
Here's Doc. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
And they're just raining threes on both ends.
Boy, I love the answer. You come at me.
So it's the Nuggets taking the W in a close one. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Ernie Johnson again, folks, alongside Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Time now to take a quick peek at our Jordan player of the game. The fourth quarter was all him. It was like he couldn't miss, and it was just one basket after another.
He put on such a well-rounded display offensively. He knew exactly what he wanted to do to break down the defense. Even when they made adjustments on him, he adapted. He said, okay, I can handle it. I'll step aside, do something different.
Boom, 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 boom. That's right, Ernie. Instruments. This guy was instrumental tonight in making sure they avoided a second straight loss. They needed somebody to step up tonight, and he was their guy.
And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious trio.
I get it 365, 12 months, 24/7.
So you asked the question, what am I trying to control right now? Very often we sort of try to control the river. We try to manipulate the water that's flowing. See if you can just sort of release that into that river that is flowing, and you can just let that stream, let that water go.
Gotta be better at containing the basketball. Let's set up in some one-on-one full court. You know the drill. Intensity. Intensity! Okay, guys. We need to pick up the intensity. Boston drill. Here we go. Okay, that's it for now. Make sure we're iced up and rested. Go ahead, keep shooting if you want.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports, along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie Johnson. Moments away, it'll be the Indiana Pacers going up against the Minnesota Timberwolves at Target Center. For the Timberwolves, they've had a tough time over the last few weeks. 3-7 in their last 10 games. We'll see if they can make amends tonight. And with the All-Star game almost upon us, lots of fond memories, I'm thinking. Shaq, I mean, you're three-time MVP of this contest. Tell us about one of your favorite All-Star moments.
My first MVP I shared with the great Tim Duncan, a.k.a. Big Fundamentals. But I took the award from him. I said, hey, you already got one of those rings. I'm taking the trophy.
You know what?
Welcome, everyone, to the Target Center in downtown Minneapolis, Minnesota. It's the home of the Timberwolves, where we're broadcasting from live today. Well, it was the Indiana Pacers winning their last game against the Lakers in Los Angeles. And that was a serious blowout. Not too many people can claim that they saw that coming.
And really an emphatic win for them, especially considering that it came in an opponent's building, and there's no question it was their offense that carried them.
I love the way they went and got this game, Greg. I mean, they attacked at every opportunity, never relaxed or sat back, and as a result, they eventually pulled away.
All right, let's set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. On the court for Indiana, Patrick Patterson is out there with Enes Kanter. Then it's Paul George, then it's Ellis, and it's Hill in at the point guard.
And they are on the board first.
Trying to set the tone here early. I like that.
Ellis outside. There's a screen by Kanter. Ellis dishes to Kanter. That one wide left. Looking at the last game for the Minnesota Timberwolves, it was a loss to the Nuggets.
You know, but they were able to hang in there for most of that game. But at the end, you know, when it matters most in terms of what I call winning time, they just could not make the plays on either end of the floor.
Yeah, I like that term, winning time. But as you said, they didn't get run over, but just couldn't convert when they needed to in the end. Guys, he's actually indefatigable. He never gives in, never gives up on a play, and that's what it takes to be a great offensive rebounder. You've got to be relentless.
Hill passes to Ellis. Good work defensively by Martin. For Minnesota, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Ball's knocked loose. Towns. Hill pulls it in.
Not too much congestion in the lane. I think he could have gotten a better shot that time, no question.
Dishes it to Patterson. Good, the assist goes to Hill.
Could be the first of a lot of mid-range jumpers that we see from him.
Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. And a wide open look here for Wiggins. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Wiggins has got 5 now.
I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense if he's got the A game rolling tonight. Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
Here is Doc. Puts up the baby hook. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. The Timberwolves shooting their first free throws of the night right here.
And as a unit, they're shooting 78% from the line. That's a solid number to work with on the season.
One of the things they've done, guys, is taken pride in their free throw shooting this season, and rightfully so.
Now here's Patterson. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. And now Jones running the floor all by himself. And here's George, coming off a solid outing against the Lakers. And the shot is good. Ellis has got his first basket.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation. Really good awareness right there on the assist.
Pacers trail by 3. The pass to Patterson, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot, he'll shoot 2. That's on Terrence Jones. The Pacers shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
And taking a look at the numbers on the season, they've converted about 77% of those foul shots.
You know, the numbers from the line, guys, are close to where they were last year, but just a tad worse, so not too bad.
Feeds it to Wiggins. Down low, here's Doc. That ball's nice feed that time from Wiggins.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Hill kicks to Cantor. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
Here's Cantor. Terrence Jones making his last shot. Pick up by Hill. Cantor dishes to Ellis. Outside for George. And there are the Pacers with another bucket.
Really good job there. That's the definition of the inside-out game.
Here is Doc. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Denver. Martin wide open. He fires. And another 3 for Minnesota.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
Okay, fans, put your hands together for your Timberwolves dancers.
Whole new look on the floor for Minnesota. Pacers trail by 6 on the court for Indiana. Paul George is out there with Patrick Patterson. Then there's Ellis. Then it's Turner. And it's Hill in at the 2-guard spot.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Clark, it wouldn't hurt. Some extra possessions would definitely help narrow the gap and maybe swing the momentum.
Now Ellis. following the three-point attempt by Freak. Hill has the open look, and the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Hill's got the second quarter going with the first basket of the period for Indiana. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Nuggets was a major factor. He had 18 points and played some lockdown defense as well, causing havoc on both ends of the floor. A performance like this is what we've come to expect during this great run of his. Will we get another one tonight, guys?
All right, thank you as always, Doris. And another special game from a player that we know is incredibly capable for this team.
Yeah, and he proved his value again in that last game. I mean, he's a cog in their machine, no doubt.
Yeah, and they're going to need a few other players to lend a bigger hand today. I mean, they can't expect him to carry the entire load 2 games in a row.
Martin's checked in for Minnesota. Cantor checked in for Indiana. Timberwolves leading by 6. Here is Doc, one of the most consistent producers in the league. He's averaging around 25.5 points a game.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of closing those lanes to the hoop.
Now, here is Hill. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game, and the foul called on Freak. That is his first foul of the game. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. George, that's a 2-pointer. From the top of the key, he buries it. George has got his second bucket. Here is Doc. He's guarded by Ellis. Passes to Doc. Screen by Jones. On the wing, Wiggins. The three-pointer is right on target. Wiggins has got 8.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Now here is Martin. Paul George unable to get his shot to go. Doc the pass to Towns. And it's Jones. That's on the assist by Towns. And it's an 11-point Timberwolves lead.
And defensively, they're on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
We got to be more physical on defense. They are getting to the middle of the
break
floor.
down the steal leaders at the shooting guard position over the last
Get
month.
into them on the perimeter.
And both the hand speed and general quickness of the players on that list are outstanding. Those are the qualities you need to be an effective perimeter defender.
And at shooting guard is where you'll usually find the team's best defender, and this group illustrates that clearly and perfectly. These fellas play the best on-ball D that you'll see in the NBA.
Here is Doc. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Jones with the screen on Ellis. To the paint, off the screen. Oh, and the dunk by Jones.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
Now, here is George. He's got 7. George missing again.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Minnesota with the ball. Paul George unable to get his shot to go. Clock is at 3. No good from Doc.
Frozen. Guys just ice cold, unable to contribute offensively.
And here's Hill for 3, and Indiana, another 3.
Shaked and baked with the crossover move, and that's what freed him for the score.
And got him on the wrong foot and then just blew by him.
Boy, he really bungled that finish.
Ellis with it. And it's Martin picking him up. Again, missing Hill.
And you really thought that was going to be a gimme, but unable to convert.
Yeah, and a little self-talk, angry self-talk for himself after that miss.
Good on the shot. 7 points for Freak.
You know, one aspect of their play today that's really been tight and far superior is their passing.
And that kind of flow can be elusive, but the great offenses have it, and that's just what they've shown here tonight.
And here is Ellis. Following the three-pointer by Freak. Can't hit the free throw line jump.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. Wiggins has got his third assist on the night. Ellis kicks to Cantor. Patterson, the screen. Here's Ellis. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Timberwolves. And that does it for the first.
What Coach Vogt?
The second half beginning in just a moment.
Some really terrific numbers for Doc. He's got 10 points and 8 dimes. His success in the assist department is carried over to the free throw line.
Boy, has he been steady at the helm today.
Martin and Wiggins out on the perimeter. Downs is out there with Jones. And it's Doc in at the 1 spot. That's the group starting the second half for Flip Saunders.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
And he sinks the second. Timberwolves leading by 7. Here's the screen. Fires for 3. Can't get it to go. Excellent D there from Hill. And for the Pacers, they're shooting at a decent 44% clip here. George dishes to Ellis. Fires from 18. Good. Ellis has got 10 points.
And when he gets in his head that he's going to get to the basket, very little you can do defensively.
And stolen by Wiggins. And he gets it to go. And the Timberwolves lead by 7.
Great way to start the half. Easy layup against some soft D.
Hill kicks to George. The baseline J. And again, it's Indiana converting. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Here is Doc. He's guarded by Hill. No good from Doc.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys. But as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
For 3, Hill. The shot will not go. The Timberwolves go the other way with it. The Pacers beat them last time when these two teams met in Indiana.
And the effort down the stretch, those final few minutes of regulation, you know, that's what they needed, but they were burnt out in the overtime.
Yeah, that's a good call, Greg. I mean, there was a little bit of a letdown for them in OT, and that can happen after you expend so much energy just to force the overtime.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Outside, George misses the 3. Timberwolves leading by 7. Hit his foot. And the refs whistling a kick ball. Hill, he's checked in for Indiana. Here is Doc. 12 points for him. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Jones drives in. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
I'd agree with you, and I don't think they expected this one to be a game where they would get battered inside like they have.
For 3, Hill. Can't get it to go. Excellent D there from Doc.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Hill kicks to Patterson. Indiana again missing.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
They get it back. Here's Jones, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And Kevin, plays like that are really the reason they've got a nice lead right now. Just a great job on the glass.
And Greg, the jam and the follow gets their whole bench jumping. Clark, look at them. They are really into it.
Yeah, they sure are. That's a little salt in the wound there. I mean, they take a miss and turn it into one of the plays of the game. That hurts.
Outside Hill. Patterson up top. George with no one around. Bangs home the trifecta. George has got 12 points in the game.
Really just a tremendous day for him. And if you remember, he was just as good in their last game.
Here is Doc. He's guarded by Hill. Doc the pass to Wiggins. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Pacers trail by 6. Hill dishes to Patterson. Some nice passing here by Indiana. Three-pointer, and the basket by Hill. Hill's got 5 points now this quarter.
And you can sense things now starting to tighten up. Their offense has become unstoppable.
And Greg, I'm not quite sure why it took them as long as it did to finally get things going, but as we always say, better late than never.
They set the pick. Knock the pass to Towns. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Towns has got his second bucket of the night. Outside Hill. Martin against Hill. Hill has the open look. And George kicks to Hill. Shot clock at 5. Count that one in, and the Timberwolves lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Hill.
They're going back to the three-point shot over and over and over.
And they may have found the Achilles heel of this defense. That was their 9th straight point from beyond the arc.
To tie, and the layup good by Hill. Hill's got it all tied up now for Indiana.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing. Watch out. Now that he's got his first 3 of the half, there might be more in store.
George against Wiggins. Here's Hill. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got 3 assists in the game.
How about this run they're in the midst of? On the verge of tying it up or maybe even taking the lead.
Has been an unreal turnaround, and I give a lot of credit to the defense right along with what they did on offense, because the defense actually gave them the spark they needed.
Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. Minnesota's gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. They're 6 of 13 on the court for Indiana. Kyle Quinn out there with Paul George. Then it's Turner. Then it's Ellis. Now the feed to O'Quinn. Back to Ellis from downtown. That's good. Ellis has got 9 points here in the second half.
And certainly they are not hesitating, letting it fly from deep here in the second half.
And Greg, I have no problem with that. As a matter of fact, I hate to see teams get conservative with the lead. As long as they're good shots, take them. And as long as they're falling, continue to take them.
Some changes for Minnesota. Towns comes in for Lee. And it's Martin in for Levine. Then for the Pacers, Enes Kanter's checked in for Turner. And it's Patterson in for Kyle O'Quinn. There's a screen by Kanter. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. And the Pacers lead by 4.
Now how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
And it's Wiggins missing.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Pass to George. He dishes it to Patterson. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Way to attack there and then create the contact.
Really, as close as you can get to an and one right there. He almost had it.
The Pacers making a change here. Hill's checked in, and Patterson drops them both. Timberwolves trail by 6. Here's Doc. Here's Jones. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there. That one on George.
Tremendous output from Jones. 16 points and the 1 steal.
And guys, really impossible to say where he's been better, offensively or defensively.
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, he's not missed a beat at either end. That's obvious.
Pacers leading by 5. Now here is Hill. Here's Ellis. It's tipped. Wiggins dishes to Jones. Outside Martin. There's the pass to Doc. They grab their own miss, and he gets it to go.
If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on a follow just like he got there.
Outside Hill. Pass to Canner from 10 feet out. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Towns has got his 3rd rebound on the night. Here's George, and he gets it to go. George has got 5 points now in the quarter. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for the Pacers?
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy. The steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
Here's Doc. Nailed from 3-point land.
Key buckets, and we know he delivers down the stretch.
Outside Hill. There's the dish to George. Kicks it to Cantor. And it's Cantor again missing.
The defense did a really good job of choking off the middle there once he got inside.
From the arc. No good from Doc. Indiana's gone downtown 13 times in this game, and they're just over 50%. 7 of 13 on threes.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
Here's Ellis. Indiana again missing. The Timberwolves have gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
How about Wiggins in this one? 10 points. He's picked up 6 points from behind the arc.
I love the rhythm his outside stroke has produced today.
That one drops. He ties it up.
And you really can't say enough about his composure in the big moments, as cool as they come.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Frank Vogel addressing his team. He told them the game is right there for the taking, fellas, but we've got to be first. First to loose balls, first to the rim. We have to give our all right here. Kevin, now's the time.
Poked away. Cantor sets the pick for Hill. Over to the wing. Here's Patterson. Good. The assist goes to Hill. Patterson's got 4 points this quarter.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that. And my goodness, that one got him going.
Did it ever? They're on cloud 9.
That was a huge lift for this crowd.
.119 left in the fourth quarter. Hill somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. Hill's got 10 points in just the second half. For Minnesota, they've gone 5 of 11 from the field in the fourth quarter. On the wing, Wiggins to the middle. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. And the Pacers tack on 2 more.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They really are, and their last 3 buckets have come by way of an assist.
Doc. And it's off from 3-point range.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Hill with it. Now defended by Doc. Patterson, the screen. Here's George. He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in. George has got the lead up to 6 now for the Pacers.
It's going to take something special for them to come back now.
Well, I would say something special and some luck as well, or good fortune, however you want to phrase it.
And now we've got the intentional foul. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Ellis having a terrific game. He has 17 points, and from long range, he's hit 1 3-pointer.
And when it's all said and done, I got a sneaky suspicion he's going to have a few more.
Minnesota with the ball. Here's Dodd. Here's Jones. Count it. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
He is setting this place on fire, fellas. His shooting has been off the charts.
24 seconds left in the fourth. And now they decide to foul intentionally. He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. And he ends up making the second, and that increases their lead to 6.
Gotta score quickly.
Yeah, no time to waste here, partner.
3-pointer. The shot is off.
Not sure if he just ran out of gas or what, Kevin, but he's been awful ever since the second half started. Not even been a factor.
First free throw is good, and that makes it 8. So it's Indiana picking up the win. They seem to relish their role.
Guys, Paul George.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Hey, y'all. Ernie Johnson here, along with Kenny Smith and Paul George.
Well, he showed us just how good he can be when he's at the top.
And, folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always.
Listen up. We're good, but we could be better on the defensive end. Set it up. fellas. Competition time. Beat the pro. Let's go. All right, let's wrap it up. Feel free to hang around and take some shots. And don't forget, meet in the film room